Next on the reaction review.
Can't keep it straight in the runway at all. We're gonna.
Greetings, fellow simmer, and welcome to the reaction review with me, GripperSim. Today we're flying the 737-800 that comes with X-Plane 11. Yes, the default X-Plane 11 737, which is looking fairly good. It was updated about maybe over a month ago, and I have to tell you, it's looking fairly good. Today we're on the ILS for Boston for runway 15 right. We'll be coming out of the clouds shortly, but nothing bad's going to happen. Everything's fine. I am in a slightly evil mood, though. Let's have a look in the cockpit. Frequency is tuned for the ILS for runway 15 right in Boston. We are at about 130 knots, 126 knots. If you're fussy, I want to maintain about 3,000 feet. The approach course, as I said, is 150 or is it 149? What's the degree? And I'm just waiting. I'm going to turn right here to a heading of 170. Usually I do a 30-degree intercept, but 20 degrees is fine for the moment here, I think. And you'll see here the localizer indication, and then of course we have our glide slope indication. So we're underneath the glide slope. You always approach underneath the glide slope. Okay, now, so that's it. What else have I got to do? Not using the autopilot. I'm flying this manually today, and everything's fine. No problems, no lights shining or anything like that. Everything seems quite laborious, and you know.
Position. Place all carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or down the head compartment. If you're using a portable electronic device, please turn them off and stow them. For those
I have a sneaking suspicion that the ILS into Boston is kind of on a curve into runway 15. I think it's for noise abatement, but it certainly is done that way in Flight Simulator. If it's not, let me know, or if you know, let me know. Now we're just intercepting the glide slope, and it's coming down, and the localizer, we're just on it now, and we're going to begin our descent now any second. So yeah, I've often wondered what airline pilots do to keep themselves occupied when they get bored, you know. I know a few, and they hate it because it's so boring. They get bored after a while. Okay, I'm getting a little bit bored of this. Let's talk to the passengers. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're just on our final approach now into Boston. I hope you've enjoyed your flight with me, GripperSim. Thank you so much. I've actually left a little present for you overhead where the oxygen masks are. And they're looking up about now, and open. Oh yes, this entertains me. So we're just about to intercept the glide slope now. It's just coming from above, as you can see. The localizer is a little bit to the left, so I'm just going to tune that and get right on it. I think it's 1459 or 9 or something. Anyway, we'll follow it through. It does go in a bit of a bend, but that's not for you to worry about. Okay, they're starting to knock on the door now. Brilliant. Okay, now I think I'm going to put the gear down now just when it intercepts. The glide slope, gear down, there we go, off it goes. Stop knocking on the door, please. Why isn't the left gear coming down? It's taking a long time for the gear to come down. Bad things are happening. The left landing gear isn't coming down. This is not good for me at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately we have a major issue with the left-hand landing gear. Please brace for impact and enjoy the rest of your flight.
Okay, the runway's in sight. All I can do is just not do a hard landing, I guess. Is this going to work? Place our bets. No hard landings today. We're going to have to butter it down and just keep it straight all the way down. Straight to the runway at all. We're gonna. Oh my god! I'm pretty sure everyone's dead anyway. Snakes aside, I asked an experienced captain how would he land the aircraft if one of the landing gear failed, and he said, Gripper Sim, that's not going to happen, there's backup systems. And I pushed him, I said, yeah, but what if it did happen? He said, it won't happen, there's no procedures for it. And I said, well, what if it did happen? And I pushed him and pushed him and pushed him, and he said, and I quote, it's never gonna happen! So I said, yeah, okay. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you some very accurate statistics on the chances of this happening. So I think we should time warp and go back in time and try and land the aircraft without it bursting into flames and spinning off the side of the runway like that, and see if we can make it better in a hypothetical type of Gripper Sim way. Okay, we're on finals again, and this is my guess of what I would do, I guess. Okay, just hypothetically. So when it touches down, the left engine is going to hit the runway first. That's going to cause a lot of drag on the left side, causing the aircraft to yaw over towards that direction, hence leaving the runway. So what I need to do is when I touch down, I need to put the left aileron down to keep the wing up off the ground and the engine up off the ground, and only brake, obviously I've only got one wheel, so when it yaws to the left, I'll brake harder on the right and just keep it in the centre as best I can, I guess. But the trick is to keep the engine off the runway for as long as possible. I'm low on purpose to use all of the runway. Okay, here we go. I've only got one chance at this, and it better work out, otherwise... We're just about to touch down. Here we go. Okay, the aircraft's going to drop to the left. Okay, left aileron down, all the way down. Left aileron down, that's it. Okay, as we slow down, I'm going to lose the lift on the left wing, so it's going to come down. Here we go. Oh, it's coming down. There's nothing I can do about it. Full aileron down. It really wants to yaw to the left, but I'm braking to compensate on the right wheel, which is the only wheel that's down, and that seems to be working. So as I said, what are the chances of this happening to you? Well, the chances are probably similar to you finding yourself in a supermarket shopping for celebrities while being chased by an angry werewolf.
What are you doing? Just get them! I said get me out! We got it! Finish your time! I said get me out! Oh, no! Keep going! He's chasing us!
Well, I presume you liked the video, seeing as you watched all the way to the end, and I'm delighted. If you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe. It does really help the channel to produce more content. And, well, that's all for this week. Next Friday. I wonder, that's terrible about the snakes, isn't it?